Welcome to Bayou Sports Network. I am your host, Brogan Burns, and we have a loaded slate for you today. Nicholls football took on Texas A&M Commerce in a Southland Conference clash. Commerce took an early 7-0 lead on its first drive after Josh Magana connected with Keith Miller III for a 33-yard touchdown. Nicholls punted on its following drive, but responded on its second drive with a 35-yard Nino LeMay touchdown reception to tie the game up at 7. Nicholls running back Colin Guggenheim found the end zone early in the second quarter on a 14-yard rush that gave Nicholls the 14-7 lead. Running back Jalen Spears ran in for a 22-yard touchdown on Nicholls' next drive to make the game 21-7 Nicholls. Commerce attempted a 53-yard field goal as time expired, but the kick went wide and Nicholls took the 21-7 lead into halftime. Both teams struggled on offense in the third quarter, with no points being scored. Nicholls intercepted Commerce quarterback Blake Bennett twice inside the 20-yard line, but it was unable to score the turnovers into scores. Nicholls scored the game's last points on a 2-yard Guggenheim touchdown rush that gave Nicholls a 27-7 lead after kicker Gavin Lassane missed the extra point. Nicholls had 3 interceptions on the game. Quarterback Pat McQuaid threw for 240 yards and a touchdown. Bayou Sports Player of the Game Eli Ennis had 2.5 tackles for loss and a sack in the game. The win marks the second time Nicholls has started 3-0 in conference play, and it was head coach Tim Rebo's 50th win at Nicholls. Now for college football news. Number 3 Ohio State and number 7 Penn State clashed in a highly anticipated Big Ten East showdown. Ohio State scored the first touchdown of the game on a 2-yard Mayan Williams rush to take a 10-3 lead. Penn State kicker Alex Belkin hit on a 41-yard attempt for his second of the game. The defenses put on a show in the game, only allowing 16 points in the first half. Kyle McCord found Marvin Harrison Jr. on a late 19-yard touchdown that looked to put the game away. Penn State scored a touchdown with 29 seconds left, but a failed onside recovery saw Ohio State win 20-12. Marvin Harrison Jr. had a career-high 11 receptions for 162 yards and a touchdown. The last Utah-USC Pac-12 regular season game didn't disappoint. Quarterback Bryson Barnes hit Sione Vake for a 53-yard touchdown. Vake had 5 receptions for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kalen Bullock returned an interception for a touchdown early in the fourth to make it a one-possession game. After a Caleb Williams fumble, Zachariah Branch returned a Utah punt to the 11-yard line. Williams ran into the end zone on the next play to take the lead. Barnes took off on a 24-yard rush to put Utah in field goal position. The kick went through the uprights with zeros on the clock, and Utah took the 34-32 win. Barnes threw for 235 yards and 3 touchdowns. He added 57 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. 6-0 Washington took on 1-5 Arizona State in a Pac-12 matchup. Washington was plagued with the turnover bug, throwing 2 interceptions and fumbling twice. Cameron Scadaboo ran in for a touchdown from a yard out for the first score of the game. Washington took back an interception for a touchdown midway through the first quarter to take the touchdown lead. Arizona State was unable to convert on a 4th down, and Washington won 15-7. 1-5 Virginia took on 10th ranked North Carolina. Drake May connected with Bryson Nesbitt for a long touchdown to tie up the game in the second quarter. Carolina took a 34-14 lead in the third on a 30-yard May rushing touchdown. Malik Collins ran in from a yard out to cut the lead to 3. Collins had 3 touchdowns in the game. Receiver Malik Washington scored on a 14-yard catch to take the lead. North Carolina failed to convert on 4th and 3 with a minute left, and May threw an interception with 26 seconds left. The interception clinched the win for Virginia and gave the school its first road win against the top 10 team. It was the third Saturday in October, which means Alabama and Tennessee. Tennessee looked to knock off Alabama after a 3-point win in last year's matchup. It looked like they would early on after Joe Milton connected with Squirrel White for a touchdown. Tennessee scored a field goal after Jalen Milroe fumble to take a 13-0 lead. Milroe found Jermaine Burton for Alabama's only score of the first half. A Jalen McCullough interception led to Milton's second touchdown pass, gave Tennessee a 20-7 lead going into halftime. Alabama responded early in the second with a 46-yard Isaiah Bond touchdown. Jace McClellan runs in for a 5-yard touchdown to give Alabama the lead. Alabama cemented its victory with a scoop and score midway through the fourth quarter. Alabama came out victorious with a 34-20 win. Now for NFL news. The Cardinals took on the Seahawks on Sunday. Seahawks' Kenneth Walker ran for 105 yards and Geno Smith passed for 219 yards and a touchdown. Cardinals quarterback Josh Dobbs had 43 yards and a touchdown on the ground and added 146 yards in the air. Cardinals kicker Matt Prater went 1 for 2 on the game, and the Seahawks won 20-10. The Steelers took on the Rams in Los Angeles. Los Angeles got out to a lead early with this Tutu Atwell touchdown. TJ Watt intercepted Stafford, and Pittsburgh takes their first lead on a QB sneak. Puka Nacua shows why he's a Rookie of the Year candidate with this insane catch. Darrell Henderson gave the Rams a lead on this rush touchdown. A late touchdown from Najee Harris puts the Steelers out to a lead. Kenny Pickett converted on this late 4th and 1 that sealed the win. Pittsburgh wins 24-17. Denver took on Green Bay at home. 3 Will Lutz field goals in the first half propelled Denver to a 9-0 lead. Russell Wilson found Cortland Sutton for the 18-yard touchdown. Jordan Love connects with Romeo Doubs to take a 17-16 lead. Lutz's third field goal of the day gave the Broncos a 2-point lead. Love threw an interception with a minute 40 remaining. Broncos win 19-17. Cleveland traveled to play Indianapolis this Sunday. Cleveland got out early with this long Jerome Ford touchdown. Minshew finds Downs for a 59-yard touchdown pass. Minshew ran into the end zone. He had 2 rushing touchdowns on the game. After Cleveland picked up a Minshew fumble, Jonathan Taylor ran the ball in for his first touchdown this season. A Cleveland fumble was called back because of a penalty. Cleveland continued the drive and got the ball in the end zone for the win. Browns 40, Colts 38. Baltimore hosted Detroit on Sunday, and it wasn't much of a game. Baltimore scored the first 35 points. Lamar Jackson threw for 375 yards, 3 touchdowns, and added a touchdown on the ground. Baltimore wins 38-6. Washington traveled up to New York for a divisional match. Darren Waller catches his first touchdown as a Giant, and Saquon Barkley gives New York a 14-0 lead with this reception touchdown. A muff punt by Sterling Shepard led to a Washington rushing touchdown. Washington missed on a fourth-quarter field goal and was unable to score on its final play. New York wins the defensive affair 14-7. Chicago welcomed Las Vegas for an interconference matchup on Sunday. Bagent finds Foreman for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Chicago pick 6 sealed the game for the Bears. Chicago 31, Las Vegas 6. Sunday night gave us a matchup between 2 top teams in Philly and Miami. Hurts found Goddard for an early touchdown and used the brotherly shove for their 2nd touchdown of the half. Miami responded with a Tyreek Hill touchdown pass that cut the halftime lead to 17-10. A third-quarter Jerome Baker pick 6 tied up the game. A.J. Brown snuck into the end zone for Philadelphia's 3rd touchdown. A fourth-quarter Darius Slay interception gave Philadelphia the ball. Hurts found A.J. Brown for a long catch, and Kenneth Gainwell clinched the win with this short touchdown rush. Philadelphia 31, Miami 17. Now, what's up next? Nicholls Soccer plays at home in their last game of the season against Northwestern State on Friday. Nicholls will be honoring its seniors in the game. The game will be played at Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center Field. Also on Friday, the men's and women's cross-country team look to take home the Southland Conference title at the SLC Championships in San Antonio, Texas. Women's volleyball has a home game prior to the Nichols football game on Saturday. Volleyball will face off against Texas A&M Corpus Christi at 11 a.m. and beach volleyball plays on Southeastern on Sunday. Nichols football faces Southeast Missouri on the Ohio Valley Conference in their last non-conference game of the season. Southeast Missouri comes in at 3-4, tied with UT Martin for the Ohio Valley Conference lead. Nichols comes into the game at 3-3, also tied for first place in its conference. Last week, Coach Tim Rebo got his 50th win, and he looks to extend Nichols' winning streak to 4. This has been the Bayou Sports Network. Thanks for watching.